Hello and welcome to my 64th water review for YouTube. And today is Friday, April 26, 2019, and this review is special for two reasons. The first reason being that all of the snow has melted from my backyard, which means the outdoor B-roll has returned. It's not so pretty since it is spring and rather muddy and gross, but outdoor B-roll is back nonetheless, since I know a lot of you really like that. So it'll be back. The second reason why this review is special is it's almost an update on one of my very first water reviews. It's actually my sixth water review, which was of Voss Spring Still Water. And this week in my review, I will be reviewing Voss's sparkling offering. So we will look at how Voss has changed over the past 13 months since my original review, which has also become my most viewed video on this channel with over 5,600 views. So I wonder if this one will do as well, although that one was picked up by the Reddit community, so I'm not sure if this one will do just as well, but who knows, maybe it will. Anyways, we'll first start off with company history and interestingness, where in the past 13 months, wow, Voss has really updated their website and revamped it to look so much better with way more information, and just it really goes with the design of their bottle, a really modern, updated, upscale website. Their past website really did not really mesh or have that whole unified look with their beautiful upscale looking bottle. So their website is very beautiful, but it's also very functional with tons of information. They have a history page where they have a nice graphic interactive timeline of their history dating all the way back to their inception in 1998. And what I found to be cool was they actually have they have a list of all the names of the board members as well as the management team at the bottom of that history page, which is very cool. You can kind of put a name to the product. On their website source page, they have more information about the source of their water, which is a confined aquifer in the south of Norway, in Iceland, not Iceland, Iceland. And they talk about how the layers of sediment gives Voss its purity, as well as the included mineral profile of this water, which is fairly low TDS. They also have a product page for each of their products, which has expanded to now include still, sparkling, the natural flavor, and then as well as some flavored sparkling waters, which is cool. And please let me know if you'd like me to review Voss's flavored sparkling offerings. I'm kind of interested to see what they do with their flavored sparkling offerings. Included on each product page, they do talk a little bit about the products themselves and the mineral content and other interesting distinguishing factors about each of their flavors in this beautifully designed product page for each one. So overall, I really like their website, and best of all, they include a bunch of more information about their CSR initiatives, from the Voss Water Foundation, which supports water projects and getting clean water to sub-Saharan Africa, as well as their environmental initiatives and their carbon offset initiatives as well. They had a lot of information, many pages about all of their different CSR initiatives, which was excellent in my opinion. And their website goes on and on with tons more information. It's really incredible. I'd recommend you check it out in the link in my description. But now we'll move on to bottle design and materials. And Voss has luckily not changed their bottle at all, because this iconic bottle is just absolutely perfectly designed. It's very beautiful. This beautiful clear glass cylinder made out of a nice high quality glass, as well as the nice large easy to grab cap on top made out of a nice sturdy plastic. And they actually distinguish the sparkling from the still water in two different ways. So they have sparkling written along the top of the cap, and then it's also, the cap is a little bit darker gray color. They also print their label onto the glass, which is very cool and very sleek looking, and really just gives it that upscale look. It also it reduces the amount of plastic you need, because it doesn't have one of those glued on plastic labels, which is nice. I did notice that the label did get scratched a bit. It isn't a huge deal. I tried scratching it with my fingernail and it didn't come off, so it must just have been some damage during shipping. So I doubt the label will fade much if you decide to reuse this bottle, which I would recommend. But I really just love the nice modern minimalist and upscale design of Voss's water. The Scandinavians are very good at design, and it really shows in this beautiful bottle with Voss written on it, and then it says carbonated artesian mineralized water from Norway in between each of the letters on the front of the label. And then just simple information, no extra bloat anywhere on this bottle. On the back, they include a mineral table, a nutrition facts table, and an ingredients list. All the tables I'm always looking for, and they include it on the back. And then just a bit of company information as well. Really clean, beautiful, and modern design to go along with their beautiful website as well. So Voss has really unified their company image across all of their sort of platforms and whatnot. So from their beautiful bottle design, we'll move on to taste and nose. And Voss got a perfect score with their still water, so we'll have to see if they were able to secure that with their sparkling offering as well. Now, in terms of the mineral content, it's a very low TDS water for sparkling water. It's 290 ppm. And most of that is salt. There's quite a bit of sodium in this actually. 80 milligrams in this one 800 milliliter bottle. So we'll see how that affects the taste. Other than that, there's a little bit of chloride, a little bit of calcium, and a little bit of sulfate as well, along with some other trace minerals. So not a whole lot in terms of mineral content, which is why they describe the taste as very pure. However, what I did find surprising is that the pH of this Voss sparkling is 5 or lower in some cases. Very acidic water, or at least leaning towards acidic water. So we'll see if that affects the taste or the mouthfeel or the nose of this sparkling water. Now, carbonation of Voss sparkling is excellent. I think the glass bottle really holds the carbonation in really well. And it is, you got to be careful when opening this because it is quite full, and that carbonation, if your bottle shakes a bit, it will erupt. And it actually did spill a little bit in my lap when I was opening it for the first time. But overall, the more carbonation is better than less carbonation. I wouldn't want a flat carbonated water. Now, in terms of nose, overall on the nose, you get a little bit of the saltiness and a little bit of a sour note as well on the nose. It's a little bit chalky and sort of dusty calcium as well on the nose. But overall, the nose notes aren't super strong overall. Now, in terms of taste, in terms of the taste, you get that nice carbonation mouthfeel, which is excellent. It's a really crisp, pure mouthfeel to it, which is, again, very good. And in terms of the taste, it is a bit on the salty side. I would have liked maybe half the amount of sodium in it, maybe 40 milligrams in the water, but it isn't overpowering in its saltiness. You do just get a little bit of a saltiness, and as well as the saltiness kind of stays in the aftertaste. But what's really great about this water is it has a nice, zesty, citrusy, sweet and sour kind of note to it, which I'm a huge fan of in carbonated waters. It's sort of a orangey zestiness. It's not very kind of bitter like some other carbonated waters, which I do like. I like the more complex kind of bitter, sweet, sour note to it, but this one is not bad overall. So overall, really nice. I wouldn't describe it as pure as they've described it on their website. It does have that saltiness to it, which is kind of an impurity in my opinion, but it does have a really nice mouthfeel, a good amount of carbonation, and a really nice zesty citrus note as well. So in terms of final score for company history and interestingness, no doubt they get full points, 2.5 out of 2.5 points. Their website is one of the most beautiful, fully featured and complete websites I've ever seen, and really they've improved it over the past 13 months to have beautiful web pages with lots of information about literally anything I'm ever looking for in terms of company history and interestingness. And also their product and just the company as a whole is quite interesting, based out of Norway, and it has that interesting confined aquifer that they source from, which is more interesting than some of the other waters where they just municipally source it. So a very cool website, and it really unifies the whole modern upscale look that they're going for. So full points, 2.5 out of 2.5 points for company history and interestingness. In terms of bottle design and materials, again, they got full points for their still water bottle, and this one is just as beautiful with the same design, just a darker color scheme to distinguish it from the still water, and therefore they get a full 2.5 out of 2.5 points. A beautiful, minimalist, modern design with just the right amount of information and no extra fluff or anything, and all the tables I'm ever looking for. So really great to see that. Good job, Voss, and please never change your bottle design and materials. It's perfect the way it is. Now, in terms of taste and nose is pretty good. It's not the most complex taste. It is a little bit salty than I typically like, but not overly salty. It is nice, but there are definitely other carbonated waters that I do prefer the taste of. So in terms of taste and nose, they get 3 out of 4 points. In terms of value, Voss really struggles here. They are positioned as a high-end water, and their price matches it. This 800 milliliter bottle that I bought cost $3.70 at the grocery store. So unless you're going to be reusing the bottle as a nice reusable bottle, which I would recommend since it is a nice high quality and beautiful bottle, but if you're going to be buying it every day, it's really hard to justify unless you have lots of disposable income to spend on fancy water. So in terms of value, I'm only really able to give them half a point, and that's just because they have such a great company with great initiatives. It is a very unique source, and it does have a nice taste to it as well. It's very cool. So half a point for value. Tallying it all up, they get a final score of 8.5 out of 10, which is very good, especially on the carbonated water list. That puts them very close to the top. And if I updated Voss's still water review to include this new updated website, that would put Voss still water at 9.25 out of 10, which would put it in the second place spot on the overall water review score list, which is very cool. It puts it just a quarter of a point behind Smart Water. So I hope you all enjoyed my review and second look at Voss as a company and Voss's offering of carbonated water. I would recommend trying this out, even if you just pick up a bottle to have this beautiful reusable water bottle. I would recommend it, but as a daily drink, I don't think I can really recommend it. I'd recommend buying a more delicious Perrier or maybe a San Pellegrino or something a bit cheaper. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. Please like and subscribe. Comment down below which waters you'd like me to review next or which foods you'd like me to review on my Monday food review. And I will see you all next week. Thank you.